Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Moonpressure Let's Plays. My name is Hecto, and today we are continuing in Chapter 13 of Ghost Trick, Phantom Detective, although it's still episode 12. Last time we found out Camilla was actually the one who murdered Alma accidentally via the contraption, and that it was apparently sabotaged. The angel wasn't supposed to turn around. Jout thinks it might have been a ghost too, like Sissel. And yeah. Furthermore, we could convince the Justice Minister that his daughter Emily is not kidnapped, so right now his only concern should be Camilla and not his daughter anymore. So maybe he is a little bit farther away from the next heart attack. Anyways, that sequence was pretty funny with the writer mother, Emma, and her daughter, and basically letting the whole room descend into chaos. Yeah. So, I wonder if Lynn is at the park yet. Until we get her report, I guess I'll just have to wait here. This continued distress of the ministers. Is there really something more to it, like the inspector in white said? I mean, I could talk to him. But I could also go to the park. Once more, I have actually no clue which one I should do first and which one's the correct idea here. I mean, since he specifically told me to talk to him, I am guessing to the park first? It's not a new chapter, but it's a new leg of the journey. Do I need to revisit everywhere here? I hope not. Maybe I'll go to the basement too, just to check it out. It looks like the little girl is having sweet dreams. Meanwhile, it looks like Mama is still in the middle of a nightmare. Oh, Mr. Prime Minister, squeeze me tight enough to take my breath away. My darling lady, let us be free. Spread our wings and fly. I think I'll edit those lines once I'm back down on the ground. Being squeezed tight enough to take one's breath away is not as much fun as I thought. I guess the novelist is really getting a lesson in reality. Can I get her down? I don't think I can. No, I cannot. It's too far away since the lighter is no longer here. Ah, okay. Cannot help her. Sorry, lady. Well, there was nothing anywhere else, so... I mean, let's go. Hello, Justice Minister. ... How about you finally admit I do exist? ...
That thank you I expressed was meant for you.
Gasp.
You're a ghost, aren't you? And you have the power to control and manipulate people, don't you?
Not really? Not people? More like objects? No, I don't have that kind of power. I can't control you. ...
We've actually known, you know, for quite a while now. But I had no idea they were the powers of the dead, of ghosts.
Known? Known about what?
We knew about the existence of somebody who could control others. A manipulator.
A manipulator. So while alive? And manipulate people. Yes, that's the whole thing about the national secrets, why those people are locked up in jail, right? And I can only think that it is Sissel himself, right? That's the only thing that makes sense. Because who else could it be? I mean, yeah, maybe the blue people, the blue leader with some sort of gadget, maybe? But then how would Sissel know? How would he fit in? He was trying to give Lynn some information, and he was off for it. Apparently not by the people in blue, because they are still waiting for him. What's this?
That's why your execution order caused me so much anguish, Detective Jout.
Mr. Minister, Why don't you just tell us everything you know?
Yes, I suppose I should. You need to hear it after all. All about the huge mistake this foolish man made. Some unknown power has been at work. These past several years, Inspector Cabanela has been studying these cases.
He has he?
Manipulating somebody into committing a criminal act, according to the inspector. The first case of its kind was a locked room murder, involving our nation's best detective.
Are you trying to say I was manipulated somehow into shooting Alma? I appreciate the theory, but unfortunately, I don't recall being controlled by anybody. It's just not possible to manipulate others' behavior like that. My powers certainly don't work on living creatures.
That's what I thought when I first heard the theory too. However, I was seriously mistaken, and it proved to be a big mistake.
What?
There are some cases in this country right now that are under top secret investigation. Of course, you wouldn't have known about them, Detective Jowd.
Right, they don't share too much top secret info with the inmates in prison.
There are 3 prisoners, including you, in the special prison you just escaped from. All 3 cases have certain points in common.
They do they? Tell us more.
The rock singer who leaked national secrets in his lyrics during a TV broadcast. The curry-loving fellow who took the chief commissioner hostage at the Metro Police Department. Neither of these men had a motive for their crime, and both of their crimes were impossible.
Impossible?
The curry lover had no way of knowing how to infiltrate the commissioner's office, and the rock singer had no way of knowing the national secrets he leaked. The Special Investigation Unit submitted an investigative report to me on them. They concluded that these men's criminal acts were not of their own volition.
But how could that be?
The theory the unit came up with was the existence of a manipulator.
A manipulator, huh?
That's when the special prison was established as a facility to research that theory.
But I'm kinda weirded out, since Jowd clearly knows Sissel, or knew him while he was alive. If Sissel was truly the manipulator, Jowd would say, oh yeah, I know the manipulator, it's him, it's truly him, yes. The guy right over there talking to us, it's him. You mentioned a mistake. Could you tell us about it? ...
I suppose everybody here has the right to know. Alright, fine. I'll speak out loud so that Inspector Cabanela can hear this too. There's something I'd like the 2 of you to hear. It's about a mistake I made. Inspector Cabanela, when you first made that report about a manipulator, I'm afraid I didn't believe it at all. Impossible, I thought.
Yes, he's a realist, as he has demonstrated quite thoroughly these last few episodes.
Perfectly understandable, Minister.
But I was wrong. That kind of power does exist. And I learned the truth of that firsthand.
Oh, he was manipulated too?
What's this?
A month ago, I signed the orders to carry out Detective Jowd's execution. However, that act wasn't of my own volition. I was being controlled.
What? You never told me about this, Mr. Minister.
What's going on? This document, what am I doing? No, I mustn't! Sign it! Wait! Don't deliver that document!
Oh, so he was actually aware.
That's when it started.
And that's probably why his wife left him, right? She said, yeah, Daddy made a big mistake to Emily, so she probably didn't want to live together with somebody who was going around executing people. Since it was clarified prior that the death penalty is extremely rare in this country, even though it technically is allowed by law.
That's when all of my fear and despair and suffering began. At the time, it didn't even cross my mind that I had been manipulated. And my memory of the event was only hazy at best.
So the memory of being manipulated doesn't clearly remain, eh? And, I mean, it could be that Camilla was also manipulated, and if the memory of the manipulation doesn't remain, then it could totally be that Camilla modified the contraption under control and didn't remember it.
Signing execution orders is part of a justice minister's job. At the time, I just thought my psyche was rebelling against the task. But the next day, it dawned on me. I remembered Inspector Caminella's report on the existence of a manipulator. As a Minister of Justice, I couldn't admit what had happened to me. I only signed the execution order because I was being controlled. If something like that got out, this nation's judicial system would crumble. Besides, I had no evidence to present that I had actually been controlled. So in the end, I couldn't admit to anybody what had happened.
I mean, you could have rescinded the order. It would probably have invited the manipulator to come for you again. Yes, true, but still, you could have rescinded it. And that also means that the manipulator, whoever it is, Sissel or somebody else, was clearly in the employ of the blue people, of the Blue Man Group, right? Since they specifically kidnapped somebody to ensure the order wasn't rescinded right on this day, yes? So... Oh, I mean, it could be the other way around. Maybe the manipulator is the big boss and the Blue Man Group are the people who are just doing his bidding.
I suppose. But it sounds like a bit of an excuse. You should have at least told us, Mr. Minister.
Yes, I know. I should have. I was running away from my problem. And then my wife found out I was worried about something.
Well, if you go around with an expression like that, I guess it's bound to happen.
I explained to her, and she was dead set against the way I was handling it. If you don't withdraw that order and tell everyone the truth immediately, I'm moving out.
Oh, I should have read that in her voice, but, well, the Justice Minister was narrating.
And then, with the kidnapping tonight, with it thrust under my nose like that, I could no longer deny my mistake. This manipulator comes upon us from somewhere unseen. That's why I've been keeping my distance from everybody.
But it has to be somebody alive, since ghosts actually perish after a day. Or maybe it is Ray, the manipulator. Maybe he has different powers of the dead, where he can control people as well. And he could have just said, oh yeah, you will perish the next morning to get Sissel moving on the mystery and all that stuff. But he could have actually lied that ghosts don't perish with the morning, but rather after using their power too much or something like that, so, But then why would Ray save Camilla? That makes no sense. Is there a third ghost around, or is it Does it have to be somebody living? Because the manipulator clearly has been around for a long time, longer than a day.
So that's why you've been telling people to stay back? So there's somebody else besides me with the powers of the dead. I'm fine with that. After all, I already knew about a certain desk lamp. What I'm not fine with is the fact that that person can control and manipulate living creatures. That's certainly not something I can do. Apparently, different ghosts get different ghost tricks.
Oh, okay, so we just conclude that now. But Ray clearly could control objects as well, so...
But I never imagined that tonight I would find out where this kind of power comes from.
Where it comes from?
Inspector Camarilla, this manipulator is a ghost, a departed spirit.
A spirit?
As a matter of fact, there's a ghost talking to us right now.
What? What did you say? Jout, don't tell me you can hear this ghost too.
I'd say the only person who can't hear him is you. And the guard.
Spirit? Ghosts? Gods in heaven? Excuse me, Mr. Minister. I suddenly have some urgent business to attend to. I recommend you think long and hard before making your final decision, sir.
Inspector!
Mrs. Lynn, I'm at the park.
We've been waiting to hear from you. Have you found the evidence?
Well, the situation here is kind of difficult to explain. Cecil, if you're there, come to the park immediately.
It looks like your help is needed, Cecil. Yeah, I guess so, huh? I never saw that coming. The minister was being controlled, huh?
Yeah, true. I didn't see it coming either.
I'm truly sorry, Detective Jout. I have no excuse to offer you.
You know, maybe it was all for the best.
What do you mean?
If you had never been manipulated, you never would have believed the power existed. After all, you're a realist, right? It just goes to show you, you never know when even the worst things can turn out good.
Detective Jout, I don't know what to say.
Alright, Cecil, you better go help Lynn. She's a good kid, but she's got a habit of taking on other people's problems.
Yeah, I know. Let's see, she's in Tensky Park, eh?
I mean, yeah, but you know what that means. I'll need to take a tour of the town first. Especially over here to the junkyard.
Psst. Hey, Ray. Are you there? I guess he's gone. Don't tell me. He ceased to exist?
And I cannot... Can I get over to him? I don't know. Let me try. Yeah. Nothing here. Still, I don't think he ceased to exist. I think he's just, like, somewhere else right now. Because we haven't solved the mystery of Ray, so... narratively, purely narratively, it makes no sense for him to have already ceased to exist. Oh, something's happening here.
I can't take much more of this. When is that chief supposed to get here anyways?
How should I know? You're the one who talked to him, ain't ya?
Oh, I feel that feeling coming on. Shall I dance?
Hey, don't get me involved in this.
All you have to do is say the word panic. Just say the word and I'll do it.
No way. I'm not going to be responsible for that.
No! Please, won't somebody just say the word panic to me?
So the inspector is late. Or no, the chief. The chief is on his way here, right? I sense somebody's presence in this dimly lit place. Yes, he's still there.
Then the morning comes. I think I'll leave this town. This place has too many memories, and I'm just too wary.
When the morning comes, eh? Must be nice. The morning will never come for me. Yeah, I mean, what is up with him? Why does he have this setup? Is he a ghost researcher and made this setup to like lure the ghost back here? But the setup was clearly just meant for like to kill Alma, like Camilla's mother. So, or maybe Jout himself. Then to the park it is. Lynn calls and I oblige. I take off toward Temsky Park, the place where clearly something big is taking place. The manipulator, the person whose very existence sheds new light on everything. Detective Jout's crime, the execution orders, and even my own death. Could it be? Could Lynn have been manipulated into shooting me? Yes, it clearly looked like that. She was like grabbing her arm and vibrating all over the place in the video. So yeah. The only question remains, is she dead when we arrive? Hey! Okay. Yes, save please. And this is where I'm going to end part 1 of this episode. I don't know if the full chapter 14 will fit into the second half, but we'll see. We'll see. Anyways, see you in part 2, ladies and gents. Until then, I guess.